We are going to do this indexing base. All right. So, couple things. This, it seems pretty easy because you've got this circle here, and then it turns into another circle. But then it's got this weird circle right here, and I think that it kind of throws everybody. But what's important to see is that when you dimension um, these circles, if you notice that the radiuses are going to this intersection. So you see where it says R3.25? Well, that radius is, it always, when in an arrow, you may not realize it, but when your computer does a radius, if you're indicating at a circle, it's actually always pointing to the center of where that circle is. So it's always pointing to that circle. You may not realize that. So if you would be doing a technical drawing class and you would do a radius, it would always go to the circle. And so what's important to realize is that this circle right here on the left-hand side is not at this center mark. It's actually at this intersection right here. And if you know that, it's a lot easier. I always pick a 0, 0, and the 0, 0 that I'm going to pick is down here. So I know I've got a couple radiuses here, so I'm going to just go ahead and I'll start with a diameter, circle diameter, and for the center, I'll go ahead and type in 0, 0, enter, and then I'll type in 1.5 as my diameter. All right, and then it's always good as you're starting just to verify what you're doing is right. That way you don't get too far into it. All right, 1.5 looks good. Now I'll go ahead and make this circle here. I'm going to go ahead and make another one. It tells me it's a radius, so just to keep my brain functioning properly, I'll go ahead and type in 0, 0, and then so I don't err, I'll just type in 3. So I'll probably want to check that. And if you notice, when I check these dimensions, I try to do it in a manner that replicates the drawing. I'll go back in and change the tolerances later. So I've got this bottom done. Now it's about all the information I have here that I can work with. But if I look closely here, I know that this, I've got this angle coming here. Everything's coming here, and then it's got this radius and all this weird stuff going on. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to find this point here. And the easiest way to do it is just take a line, and I'll go ahead and type in 0, 0 is my starting point. You're always better off if you can type it in because, when you snap, quite often you'll actually mess it up. So there's that line. So now I know where this intersection is right here. It's going to be right there. And I'm just going to draw an arbitrary line. But what I want to do, I know that it's at 30 degrees. So I'll start here and I'll just go up. And then I'll go ahead and type in, or I'll hit the magic rotate, and I'll select this line. And I'm reading the command line in the bottom. So let me make sure you can see that. So the command line says rotate select objects, push enter, enter. All right. The base point's at that intersection there, which is actually 0, comma, what's the radius? 3. Do it again. So we're going to go plus 30, which is actually going, all right. And then I'll want to verify that here. So let's go and just verify that angle. And sure enough, that's 30 degrees. So far, so good. Now let's go ahead and make this other angle while I'm at it. And I'm not worried about the center line. I can always change those later. So let's go down. I'll make one coming down. And then let's make another one starting at this intersection right here. This might actually be a better 0, 0, but that's okay. And now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and rotate it, select this line, push enter, select the intersection, and I'm going in the clockwise, and that's going to be a minus 60 degrees. All right, and I want to verify that, so go ahead and just verify. It's really, I think it's important you verify things as you go along because it's really easy to make a mistake, and I make a lot of mistakes. So there we go. Looks good. So now I kind of got this other area. So now I know this is where the other 0, 0 for this circle is going to be. So let's just make it easy on myself. I know that there's a radius here of 6 inches and 4 inches, and then there's some weird thing going on there. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to use, because it's telling me the radius, It's going to ask me the center point. It's going to be at this intersection right here, which, as I said, is 0, comma 3. And then let's go ahead and make this, let's start on the outside. I'll make this 6 inches. And wow, wouldn't you know, it's perfectly aligned there. And then I'm going to go ahead and make this inside one, all right? So 0, comma 3. I'm cheating because I'm going fast. So the center is 0, comma 3, and then the radius is 4.